Like and subscribe. I'm going to try over. I'm going to try to go over a couple of things in quick succession. Succession. So you're going to have to try to follow me with this. The first thing I want to say is this: as African Americans, we have dealt with slavery, systemic racism, and we've survived. And we know, and we came here as slaves, and we've even been president of this country. We have billionaires in this country. We have white people asking us for our autographs in this country. I'm not worried about 2025 because if we can survive slavery, we can survive 2025. And to be perfectly truthful with you, Caucasians are going to suffer more from the legislation that Trump wants passed in 2025 because Republicans are going after the people with money. But let me go point one. When I say that Asians don't understand. Asians, a lot of them, they want to be Caucasian. And the reason why they want to be Caucasian because they're afraid of the bully. They're afraid of being bullied, so they're trying to be friends. They're trying to befriend the bully, and hopefully they will find safety in befriending the bully. So what they did was the bully told them, get rid of affirmative action. I want you to help us get rid of affirmative action. They fell for it and got rid of affirmative action. And who did it hurt more? It hurt the Asians. They don't understand what white supremacy means. It means white people. It doesn't mean Asians. Latinos. Trump told you all during his campaign about building the wall and deporting you, and you voted for him anyway. I mean, and then this Latino woman said to black people when the Republicans finish with us, then you all are next. Well, understand this. We were always first. You just voted for Trump and jumped into the front of the line. We've been dealing with this for a long time. And let me explain something to you. You Latinos, Mexicans, you did not build this country. African American Hebrew Israelites built this country. All you did was come over here during World War I because young white men were going off to war and the United States needed you to pick fruits and vegetables. You don't build a country picking fruits and vegetables. And then the same thing was repeated in World War II. You were brought to the United States on visas and you were supposed to return, and you were brought over here to pick fruits and vegetables. And while you were picking fruits and vegetables, African Americans were fighting for this country. The Red Tails, the Tuskegee Airmen, we protected bombers and did not lose a single bomber during World War II. We saved the lives of Caucasian men. And I already told you, Benjamin Banneker designed Washington, D.C., and then slaves and free black men followed the plans and built the country. You did not build it. You had no parts in building it. The only thing you did was have California and Texas taken from you. You built nothing, and you know you didn't build anything. Picking fruit and vegetables does not build a country. And now, Indians. White supremacy means white supremacy. When whatever the guy's name is, Vivek or whatever his name is, he had to be reminded by Ann Coulter that he is not white. But I heard an Indian man saying that all white people are not white. An Indian man said that. Understand this. It is up to white people to decide who's white and who's black. All black people know that. But we have black people that pass. And they know that when you pass, you have to kind of disconnect from your family. See, black people, I'm telling you all this to say that black people, we know the game. No, we get tricked every now and then, but we know the game. But this was really going to be interesting to me. Even though I said white supremacy means white supremacy, it's not true. The United States is not a democracy, it's a republic. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the what? Republic for which it stands. What is the republic? Oligarchs. Oligarchs are the republic. They are the ruling class. So therefore, if you are a poor white person, you are really not a part of white supremacy. I mean, at the state level, you are a part of white supremacy because at the state level, this is where white supremacists can get away with deleting unarmed black men. See, this happens at the state level. That's where the Republicans do their dirty work, and they do it overtly. Now, the one thing I like about Republicans is that they screw over everybody equally at the national level. At the national level, Republicans screw over everybody. All they do is raise taxes. And when they raise taxes, they raise it on everybody. When they bust unions, it hurts everybody who is a blue-collar worker or a white-collar worker that is a part of a union. And white people, for some reason or another, Caucasians, vote against unions, which gave us the 40-hour work week, child labor laws, overtime, vacation, sick leave, on and on and on. And Caucasians vote against that, which means that they're not so smart either. But the thing that really interests me, and which I knew, I kind of figured out they didn't know this. They didn't know that Obamacare, the name Obamacare, was changed to the Affordable Care Act. So when Trump says he's going to get rid of the Obamacare, he's actually talking about the Affordable Care Act, and most MAGA Republicans didn't know this. Not only do they not know this, they don't know what tariffs are. If Trump raises, I saw Trump at one of his speeches, and he said he was going to raise tariffs to 100%. That would double the price of the product that is imported into the United States. And that 100% tariff would not hurt China, it would hurt the American people. You should think before you act. And I can tell you this, that 2025, black people in America, we done been through it. And we done survived it all. And Indians, well, Ann Coulter told Vivek, whatever his name is, she would never vote for him. And he'll never be president. And he's not white because he's an Indian. Well, guess what? She can't say the same thing to African Americans, Hebrew Israelites. We've already been president. We're billionaires. And white people stand in line to get our autographs and to take pictures with us. We will deal with 2025 or whatever problem that we have to deal with the way we've always dealt with it. The only problem that we have is that when we do things to benefit us, other ethnicities get to share in it. And then when they get to share in it, they always destroy it, thinking that they're hurting us when they're hurting themselves as well. Now, I'm going to give you some dessert. I made a post about this, videos about this over a year ago. 1, Ukraine cannot defeat Russia. To win a war, you have to be able to put boots on the ground. Russia has more boots that they can put on the ground. They are more technologically advanced than the Ukraine. Because what the United States uses for defense is the ocean. We throw rocks over the ocean in airplanes. And then the United States uses sanctions for offense. United States uses sanctions for offense. So if they can stop you, that's why they use the IMF and the World Bank to take your money. It's like a sanction is this. You say, I want to buy XYZ with my money, and the United States tells the IMF and the World Banks, don't allow them to spend their money. That is a sanction, which most people don't realize. See, and that is what the United States has been using for an offense instead of building up the military. That's why our military is so weak, and we have not stockpiled weapons because we have a corporate ran military, and all corporations are interested in doing is cutting costs and maximizing profit. So therefore, they're not going to spend money on warehouses to do what? Store weapons. United States just figured we don't even need a strong military because all we can do is stop them from being able to buy weapons and stuff. Well, BRICS solved that problem a long time ago. Iran solved it and showed Russia how to get around the sanctions. So now the United States weapon sanctions doesn't work anymore. So we have no offense. So we can't conquer any country because our military isn't strong enough. But this is a key. The United States has 800 military bases around the world. United States is spread too thin. We can't defend 800 bases. The United States is a sitting duck. It cannot defend 800 bases. And those bases are being attacked. United States military bases overseas, which has between 1,000 to 2,000 men on those bases, are being attacked. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't take an army to defeat a military base with only 1,000 to 2,000 men on there. A riot by a country will take over a military base. A riot by a country. You might have 10, 20, 30, 50, heck, a stadium full of people just destroy a military base. And you got them spread all over the world, 800. Can't win a war like that because you're not in a position, a strategic position, where you can move men and supplies if you spread all over the world. That's just wasting money. So Ukraine can't depend on the United States, and neither can Israel. Israel is surrounded, and eventually all the Muslims are going to attack Israel, which is exactly what's happening, which is exactly what has happened now. Doesn't have a chance. The United States is done. And now BRICS, China, I'm telling you, Russia has defeated the United States in all the proxy wars along with Iran with the backing of North Korea. They are also sending weapons to African countries, especially the Sahel Alliance. Burkina Faso probably has now the strongest military in Africa because Putin has given them nuclear weapons. France is talking about sending 2,000 men to Africa for what? Africa has over 150 million people. What is 2,000 French troops going to do? And France, you're already getting kicked out of Africa. United States is getting kicked out of Africa. You can't. Iran is supplying Africa with weapons. Russia is. North Korea is. Turkey is. United States is taking orders for weapons that they're going to deliver 2 years from now. And how are they going to do that when they need parts from China? When they need resources from China to make I think it's either China or Russia that has the material that has to be mixed with steel or iron to enclose nuclear weapons or any kind of weapon. You would have to buy that from China. And China has cut off imports and exports to the United States and is telling other countries to do the same. And what is Trump talking about? Tariffs. What are you going to put a tariff on if they're not exporting anything to your country? What are you going to put a tariff on? Nothing. Trump is a failed businessman. Why would you vote a failed businessman? This man hasn't even taken office yet, and he screwed up. He hasn't even taken office, and he screwed up. They just had a speaker at a Republican convention. I don't know what, and he was supposed to be a guest speaker, and the guy was drunk, and he fell over with the podium. Only thing I can say this. You could say that I prophesied this over a year and a half ago, but I really didn't prophesy it. It really was no prophecy. It's just the fact of the matter is truth adds up. Truth adds up. What mathematical equation do you use to add up truth? Logic. Logic is the mathematics of words. And if you live in truth and you pay attention to what's going on, it all adds up. Russia has defeated Iran, and Korea and China with supplies, with military weaponry, has defeated the United States militarily. China and BRICS has defeated the United States economically. Israel has caused the defeat of the United States morally by the United States supporting Israel as they commit genocide and try to threaten the ICC and ICJ. There is, in any war, the losing side is going to win an occasional battle every now and then. But at the end of the day, the United States is not going to win the war. We're just going to do a lot of little silly things, like Ukraine's incursion into Russia. All those people, Ukrainians, they weren't just Ukrainians. They were NATO troops that went into Russia, in Kursk, in Russia. All of them may be deleted now. None of them may be alive. Then you have Israel went into Lebanon and got chased out. I mean, what are they doing in Lebanon anyway when they're losing the war to Hamas at home? Makes no sense. Seems like they would be trying to defend Israel, and instead of out there trying to conquer another territory. Then the United States supposedly went into Syria to attack Assad, and guess what? The insurgents ran the United States out of Syria and took over the oil and gas fields that the United States thought that they were going to control. I mean, don't believe anything that I'm telling you. Don't believe nothing I'm telling you. Do your own research. Look it up. Look it up. Think for yourself. Americans are carried away with emotions. And Americans suffer from cognitive dissonance, an illusion. You know, it's when you start believing your own lies, and even though your lies are failing, you just hope against hope that truth will come out of it. Hoping against hope that Trump is going to do something. Hoping against hope that a failed businessman all of a sudden is going to be successful on a worldwide stage. Betting on Trump is like betting on a high school soccer team to defeat a worldwide pro soccer team with the best players from every country on that team. And then you got some high school players playing against them. Well, you can get mad at me if you want, say what you want, think what you want. But I'm going to be perfectly truthful with you. My channel is for spiritual intellectuals. My channel is for spiritual intellectuals. And I doubt if emotional people have even watched this. And if they do, they're not going to believe what they're seeing. And they don't want to believe what they're seeing. They like the illusion. They like the illusion. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this up. Like, subscribe, and talk to you later.